The power's out maybe, so that means the internet's out. What are we gonna do? Today's video about audio is going to be about the software side of things. I typically use OBS and Adobe Premiere. A lot of the concepts I'll be talking about today will work for all softwares like DaVinci Resolve or Audacity, and it's all about cleaning up the audio. Now I'm learning it too. This is all very basic exposure to these topics. Now I'm no expert. Hey, power's back. I am going to start with OBS, and I wanted to talk about the filters that I've discovered through my use of using OBS during streams and things. Now this would be good for recording desktop sessions, or if you have a laptop nearby with a stationary mic like the Blue Yeti, or even the Rode mic that's on top of the camera I have here. The microphone on top of the camera here is probably my best audio, but I wanted to touch on using OBS, and I wanted to show you some settings. Noise gates are used to eliminate sounds under a certain threshold. So right now I'll turn my fan on and you'll hear it on the microphone. Now if I turn my noise gate on, the only time you hear it is when I'm talking. So if I'm not talking, you don't hear that loud fan in the background. It helps clean up audio during streams and things like that. For heavy traffic in the background, this could work for, like, let's say there's a bus that goes by outside. It won't, this and then maybe one of the later things I'll talk about will cover that. Noise suppression is used to remove background sounds. So similar to the noise gate, noise suppressions take any sounds over a certain decibel, puts in a flipped wavelength, so it cancels that whole sound out. This might be an undesirable noise you have in the background. It will tune those out. Now sometimes if you have it tuned too high, it will totally eliminate your voice or mess with your voice, make you kind of weird, based on OBS's technical docs. Next up is a compressor. The compressor is used to filter out loud noises. So if my dog barks in the background, instead of it peaking on my audio and deafening everybody in the stream or video, it brings that loud noise way down here to where I set it, and makes it more bearable for the stream. So it balances the audio pretty much. Worthwhile to have. On top of everything else, it kind of cleans up more audio and gets rid of the edges and brings everything to the center. Our last one, the limiter. The limiter is just kind of a faster compressor. Over a certain noise too fast and it won't run. When you ever hear really loud audio that makes the voices sound really distorted, this will protect that from happening. I'm sure it can still if you scream really loud, but overall, pretty good. Just to remind you, this is what my audio sounds like without those things. I'll turn the fan on, and then if I turn all these things back on, this is what my audio sounds like now. Now you probably still hear the fan while I'm talking, but not while I'm not talking. I do recommend the settings I have based on research I have. I could go through them if you'd like down the line, but if you just set these and forget them, it would help you a lot. And I want to talk about 4 things that I discovered today called the Parametric Equalizer. Boosts or lowers the frequency based on a baseline. So you probably have ever seen like the peaks of your audio and then a line on music equalizers. It's to bring up the lows if it's too quiet on one side, and then bring down the highs if something's peaking too much. I want to talk about the Multiband Compressor. We talked about compressors already, but it balances the sounds between low and high frequencies here. Compresses the audio if it's too loud. Same exact concept as earlier. There's a mastering effect on Adobe. The mastering kind of covers all the bases of everything we talked about. To a degree, it's recommended to use it and try it out. So I'm going to try to mess with it today. And then there's a hard limiter. The hard limiter is the same thing with when the dog was barking earlier. When it stops the audio from peaking and distorting because of a loud noise. It brings that noise way down to a comfortable level. Now I'm gonna start using these equalizers and things like that, and playing around with my audio the one that I'm posting today's audio, and hoping it improves across the board. The goal with these vlogs and the ones I'm making right now are to get better every single day. Every single time I do these and apply these concepts to the new vlogs. At the end, I'm hoping to make professional looking content and share those tips that I find. Each little thing is a minor improvement. A little bit better sound, a little bit better video, maybe better cinematography or transitions, and just those little things, they add up to a better product. My goal with this is to learn everything I possibly can to be a better filmmaker and storyteller. I think this can benefit, general, even like presentations for the professional world or streaming as a whole. Just learning how to tell a story and show it in an interesting way. But that's all I'm going to do today. That's a little bit like that. Those couple things might improve your videos. It takes time to play with it. I don't know enough to really dive into it. But again, this was just an expose of these features and how you can use them in your different editing software. So I appreciate the time you stayed here, and if you have stayed this long, like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.